Okay, so this is going to be a different type of video, but I feel like it's a very important video that I kind of need to make, especially with all the chaos going on in the War Robots community in the last week. So hopefully I can address some big questions, including what I think is wrong with War Robots, am I quitting War Robots, do I think the game is dying, etc. And hopefully I can clarify. So just to start, if you guys don't know, the largest War Robots creator, Manny, announced that he's leaving War Robots completely last week, which is a pretty big deal in the War Robots community. And along with Manny, a lot of players said they're leaving and not playing War Robots anymore. So let me start with what's wrong with War Robots. And this is, I feel like it's a simple question, but also the biggest question with the game. And here are some of the things I'll start with. Increasing pay-to-win aspects of the game, which I think are becoming very obvious, where you can't even get into Champion League anymore unless you spend money. I don't know any free-to-play players that are top ranked in Champion League. With constant new metas, it's almost impossible to maintain a high-level ranking in the game. And then with that, it's becoming more and more difficult to be free-to-play. Pixonic has nerfed players' buying power, and we saw that with Memoriam in the last update. Players have probably spent years stockpiling gold, which has been very useful in the game, and then all of a sudden, they remove half of gold's buying power in the game, and it's a huge nerf to what players can actually afford and get in the game, and it's pretty much like a new, I don't know, income stream for Pixonic, which I think is super greedy. Constant new equipment. So it's not a secret either that there's new equipment in the game or on the test server like every month, and a new live server update like every month and a half. And with that, they introduce a new robot, a new weapon, and then they'll nerf the previous meta. So you can never have the newest, best equipment for more than like a month, because it just constantly gets nerfed. Then you got to get the next thing. Then you got to get the next thing. And of course, you can't just get this stuff free to play. It's either insane luck if you can win it, or you just have to buy it straight up. Rebalances, that goes along with the new metas. Constant rebalances, Pixonic's nerfing equipment that everyone's hangar has, trying to encourage them to get the newest thing, and it's really getting old where it's so obvious, and that probably pisses more players off than any other problem in the game. And then so that's economy wise, and then just small things, I mean not even small things, but hackers in the game, lag, live server performance, these things have become a big issue where they're not being addressed. And then the next question, so that's number one. Now number two, am I quitting War Robots? I've been getting asked this probably like hundreds of times in the last week or so, and I've done my best to answer people on Discord, YouTube comments, so hopefully I can just address it here. So first off, I'm really not married to War Robots. I know my channel has been built off War Robots, and I owe a lot to the game and to you guys, because that's literally what I've started my channel on and posted pretty much, every upload for years now on War Robots. But that being said, I know that the game is going in the wrong direction. But for the time being, I'm going to keep playing War Robots. There's still parts of the game that I actually do enjoy. If you guys have watched those retro tournament games, the Sage retro tournaments, I really enjoy those free-to-play tournaments that happen twice a week, every week. That's actually really fun to me, and I'll continue to do that, and I encourage you guys to join those as well. Test servers are fun to try out new equipment, but simply because the test server is free and anybody can try out the new equipment. I think it's fun when everybody has access to it, and it's cool trying out different builds and seeing what's happening. But then obviously the problems come when it hits the live server. And then I think my channel has kind of been built off revamping old school builds in War Robots. So that's obviously been a major theme on my channel, is trying to bring back to life like old school builds with newer upgrades. And then lastly, the social aspect of War Robots, squads, clan wars, that's a fun part that I still enjoy as well. And maybe this is ironic, but the part I enjoy at least is using like meta power hangers. You'd think that, oh, since I have access to a BR account, I just spend 15 hours a day playing with Crisis Reapers and the craziest equipment in the game. But the reality is, I really don't enjoy that stuff, because it's not fun to just run crazy meta stuff and try to score as high as possible every time. I like to kind of challenge myself and then showcase that to you guys in videos. So that's kind of, I'm not quitting War Robots right now. The game is heading in the wrong direction, and I guess if it continues to head into the wrong direction. We'll have to reassess in the future. But let me know what you guys think about that, because are there still parts of the game that you enjoy? Is there anything you enjoy? Have you decided to stop playing Warbots? Let me know in the comments. And then my suggestion. So this might be controversial, but it seems pretty obvious that Pixonic has been going in the wrong direction for a long time, and no matter what, they're going to monetize the game outside of just like ads. There's going to be always pay to win options in the game, and I feel like they're not going to reverse that, where it's too late for them to reverse that part of the live server. So instead, I feel like there could be a almost happy medium. I think the average player in Warbots honestly spends, if there's completely free to play players, never spent $1, and then there's players spending thousands of dollars a month, I think the average player probably spends like 20 to 50 bucks a month. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you guys think about that. I think Pixonic should introduce a retro mode. So Beacon Rush, TDM, a new retro mode where they have older equipment completely for free. So you pay for this, and it's kind of like Hangar X, but you have way more options on equipment, and you pay a set amount every month of real money. It's not like a new currency. It's not like a scam where you think you're paying this amount and then you got to pay another amount. Let's just say I think $5 a month is reasonable. You pay $5 a month and you can play in this retro mode with all this equipment, and you face other players with access to the same equipment, and you do that. You can do that 1 month, you can do it every month, and it's just a new mode for the game. I don't think this mode is going to completely save the game by any means, if everything else keeps going in this direction. Listen, if I was Bill Gates and I bought the game tomorrow, I would make a retro mode and make it free to play completely, but that's not going to make Pixonic money, and they're not going to change that. I really don't think they're going to just roll out a free to play retro mode. So, and I know maybe I'm also coming at this from a different perspective because I have access to like BR accounts and stuff like that, but if I was a regular player, I think I'd rather spend $5 a month, know what I'm spending $5 on, knowing that the stuff's not going to get nerfed in a retro mode, and, you know what I'm spending the money on, and see how that goes. Maybe that's controversial. Like I said, I just don't think Pixonic would be willing to make it completely free. That's just my opinion. But it also would, I feel like another part to that is you can enjoy one meta, and then 2 months that meta is completely gone, and you have no way of enjoying that. So let's say you enjoyed like the Seraph meta. You're like, oh, I really like the Seraph meta. It's a lot of fun. All of a sudden, that meta is gone, and it's never coming back. And unless you're like tanking, it's impossible to recreate that. So maybe that's another bonus of retro mode. You can kind of recreate metas in this whole separate game mode. Maybe it's far-fetched, but let me know what you guys think. So that kind of sums up my ideas and thoughts about the game currently. The game is going in the wrong direction. There's a ton of problems on the live server, primarily with the economy and the increasing pay-to-win aspects of the game. I'm not quitting Warbots as of right now, but if the game keeps going in this direction, then I'll have to reevaluate that. And I don't know, maybe if you guys think I should quit the game, just for the sake of it, drop some suggestions in the comments. I know it seems like a lot of mobile games have pay to win problems, so it seems like that'll be tough to maneuver around. And then lastly, if you guys enjoy parts of the game still, let me know what parts you enjoy. Like maybe you really only play Warbots 1 day a week, and you squad with your friends and you don't spend $1 on the game. Or maybe you spend a lot of money in the game and you're kind of sick of it. Let me know, okay? So hopefully that wasn't all jumbled together, but that's just kind of my opinion. And I also just want to say one more thing, is I'll never tell you guys, I think I've done a decent job at this, but I will never tell you guys to spend money on a piece of equipment or a robot or coins or tokens in the game. I'll show you guys new equipment, I'll show you guys old equipment, but I'll never say, okay, you guys have to drop what you're doing and buy this right now. Listen, I'll give build suggestions. I'm not going to tell you to spend money on the game. But yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for the support too, because this channel has been built off Warbots, and obviously we love the Warbots community, but the game has some major underlying issues right now. So peace out, Chicken McNuggets. Hopefully the next video will be more uplifting. But let me know what you guys think about my suggestion. So peace.
message that I send you.